Shame, I guess I kinda like it when you numb those beats. Now the day bleeds and the night falls and you're not here.
Really just okay. Keeping it real, keeping it real.
Oh my God.
But all I can say is no, 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 no.
That's pretty good.
Never ever heard anything like that in my life.
Oh, I forgot it now.
I wanted to pluck out my eyes and jam them into my ears. I wanted to pummel you with a manhole cover. Is it a yes or a no, Frank?
It's gotta be no, dog.
And what's amazing is the people that are the most like argumentative and stuff like that, we find out are not even goddamn
I know, you
comedians.
son of a bitches.
You motherfuckers! I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. You didn't even give us $1. What the fuck?
Oh my God, yeah.
How is that
I'll let you
possible?
start shit if you're a true love medium.
I'll give you one meme a month.
One meme a month.
Because I'm not a crazy, but I'll compromise with you. Be like, I fucking did
They run out by myself. They're gonna get.
I don't even know what the fuck you're saying,
I know,
Vito.
There you get
One
one
meme.
Joe,
Oh my
one Joe
God.
Biden a month. I don't give a fuck.
business veto.
Wait, we can't go. Why you take away right now?
My
I'm saying,
God.
but then nothing. I think I'll cause the most trouble and I'll fucking do nothing. Anyway, I forgot what I was even saying.
Here he is, everybody, on the charts this week. We're happy to have him for the CMT Award, singing his hit song, There's a Little Bit of Doo-Doo in My Pumpkin Pie, Incognito Johnson. A little bit of doo-doo in my pumpkin pie, and there's a little bit of pee-pee in my mama's eye. There's a little bit of jism on my father's hands. There's a little bit of rat shit on your tomato can. There's a little bit of toothpaste in the bottom of your shoes. Everybody wins and everybody lose. There's a little bit of pumpkin in my shit pie. We're doing a scene here.
Okay,
Hold on.
yeah,
I need to
yeah.
get
I'm
a
Macho
drink.
Man's
I need to get Ross
I'm Macho Man's hot heart doctor,
Okay.
cardiologist.
And I'm Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Macho, I know you.
Oh, yeah. Here I am at the doctor's office getting my yearly checkup.
You're-
Dig it.
Your blood pressure is through the roof, Macho Man, because
Oh, yeah.
you can't struggle for every syllable you say because it's too much.
Everything I say is a battle.
You have to calm down because your heart
this?
cannot take it.
How about like this?
No.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. You're just
see
doing.
what I'm
You're just
doing?
whispering struggle. You're just struggle whispering
this
now.
is not a struggle.
Yes, it is. I can see.
Can you see the beats in my neck
Yeah.
popping out?
Yeah, you're so
Stop
tense.
that doing.
You cannot struggle this hard. You have to tone it down,
Maybe
Macho
you
Man.
can put me on some Lexapro.
Yeah. But we.
Chill me out.
But
a little bit.
you're
Oh,
still
yeah.
doing the whisper struggle, and it's still putting stress on your heart.
Do you
can't.
notice, Doc? Do you notice that it's difficult for me to breathe?
Yeah, you struggle breathe.
I do a lot of this, a lot of this.
You can't struggle. Every breath you
breath.
take is a struggle.
Just listen to me breathe one time. All right, everybody, be quiet.
All right. Do you sleep like this? My
Yes.
God.
Sleep apnea did it.
So we're over the grandparents' house, and what you reminded me that the Santa Claus, the animatronic Santa Claus, they have an animatronic. What's that trumpet player?
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong. They have an
As he dreams
Yes.
of great.
Yes.
Oh, that's good, Lee.
And
Red roses too.
and
Well, that sounds very, very hard on the voice.
now, granted, my wife's grandfather is 99 years old, or about to turn 99 in a month.
Fucking amazing.
And so he has this animatronic
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong.
Wow.
And I keep wanting to call him Satchmo because
That's his name.
Yes.
Yeah. But then you're dabbling into Sambo, and then
Yes, yeah.
No, I know.
Well,
I know.
hold on, because
Hey, look, everybody, Sambo's here.
this
Sambo Claus.
Louis Armstrong animatronic thing is super old to the point where it may have been manufactured with a tinge of racism.
Oh, why? You walk by and it's like, I don't see a ghost. And you're like, oh shit.
No, but it's
Somebody
very-
reprogram it.
Hello there, mother.
You could tell
no, it's
it was
fine.
designed in the 50s or whatever. Like, it's super old, and it's like it's got a bobblehead feel to it, and the face is a little like it's questionable. Like, for instance,
Over exaggerated features.
maybe yes, if Donald Trump had this in the White House, everybody would be like, "Oh, racist." But the fact that my
Chances are
grandfather-
he has it in the
Yeah.
I bet
if
you
my
there's-
pop-up had it, it would be a racist thing. So my sons, they go and push the button, and it like the arms don't work as well anymore, and the trumpet, like it has a tiny trumpet, puts up
it's got
his
the
mouth.
palsy.
Yeah, and then so it's all over the place. But every time they push the button, I'm like, I like, don't push the button. It's fair because then the whole family stops.
Why? Because do you want to laugh at
Wait
it?
a
No.
minute. It's a dancing doll. It's enticing to children. You should expect them to want to touch it.
Oh,
Well-
shit. Who invited one of our wives in here?
I do expect them to want to touch it, but I don't like when it starts singing and I'm
You
like,
know, my bro-
well,
I don't like when the children touch me.
You're listening to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Thank you for downloading.
when you were a kid, you ever like dig a hole and then you fucking get inside of it and then you're like, I gotta get lower.
Yeah, I did that too.
I had actual like toys and video games and stuff. I didn't have to just go out and back in my behind my trailer and dig a hole.
You
and
grew
sit
up
in it.
in the land.
Let's make
redneck
this
as
whole.
hell.
Well, I'm 4 feet in. Might as well be 6 feet in.
That's another Huck Finn thing. Did you like pattern your whole childhood after Huck Finn? Huck Finn could never walk away from a hole because like the treasure could be buried one shovelful down. You know, like somebody could come in, step into your hole, turn over one shovelful.
I'm
of dirt.
digging a grave. When I grow up, I'm gonna be me a grave digger.
The only thing that I'm like Huck Finn, you know, is the fact that I use the N-word.
No, you do not. Don't even start that. Don't even start that.
I'm joking around. My God. This guy's bringing up Huck Finn. Everybody knows.
I'm going to say this once. I'm going to say this one time only on this show. I don't find anything funny about Huck Finn. I know you've done this before, so your wife's probably bought this too. And then you go and you want to make a sandwich.
Yeah.
You get out your Miracle Whip. You get your fucking mustard. You get bologna, you know, which is not a health product.
No.
It's bad for you,
Yeah,
but it's delicious.
Yeah.
You get your bologna, slice of Kraft.
Yeah,
Kraft single. Not good for you.
Yeah.
Delicious, though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All you want is a bologna cheese Miracle Whip sandwich. Maybe a little mustard. Sometimes you don't have to have mustard. I'm with you.
Yeah.
You and I are right here, right? And you go to open the bread, and you take the little blue tab off, and you open the bread, and you slide the plastic bag down to get the bread. Bread's wrapped in another cellophane.
Yes,
and that's how you know. And I look at it, it's Pepperidge fucking Farm. I'm like, no! And it's the fucking worst. The bread is wrapped up tight like a fucking NFL football. Why do you think they put it in the second cellophane?
Why?
They put you in the cellophane to keep you from eating it because it's so shitty. That's why.
They're like, we wrap this twice.
Wrap this twice. Don't even eat it. Just eat the bologna and the cheese and just squirt the Miracle Whip on the cheese and squish it.
And then there's big old grains and wheat glued to the fucking crust.
Yeah.
And then I try to bite into it. It cuts my gums.
It's granola. You're crunching into like granola.
Yeah, yeah. And
like eating a bag of glass.
Yeah. And then it's so weedy. Yeah. It tastes like an old barrel.
Dense.
Yeah, it tastes like an old beer barrel. It's like it's all dusty beer barrel.
It's too dense. I can't even taste my bologna and cheese or Miracle Whip.
No, nothing.
Because you would need to put an entire squeeze bottle of Miracle Whip on top of it to put some moisture back into the shitty bread.
It's all dry. It's like if someone I ran through an old wheat field, open with my mouth open, and wheat is stuffing
those small weeds that at the top that's a V and it has the little black seeds on them.
Yeah.
Just whip those on my teeth. Just whip them into my mouth.
That fucking wheat, Petridge Farm. When you open the bag, it's
terrible.
It's dank. It smells like old, like a strong weed. Yeah, you're like, oh god, pungent.
Yeah, and and then 2 pieces.
No, you're full for 10 years. It's like that magic bread the fucking goddamn Frodo eats. It keeps you full for like 2 years. You eat one of them, it expands in your belly.
It's so thick.
Yeah, that's good shit right there. Name another radio show that gives you cartoons of themselves before we show up. Nobody's dumb enough to do that. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for making it to the meeting. If you'd like to start the agenda, Sam, issue 1.
You have sticky butt lips.
Yeah, okay, that's good prov. Good prov.
Okay.
I do have sticky butt lips.
Yeah. Why do you announce that? So you make me awkward.
It's just sweat, I think. It's just because I run a little hotter because my pills.
But don't say it in front of Samantha.
Samantha. Don't say it in front of Sam Antha.
Samantha.
Sam Antha Ann. You double ander. Samantha Ann. Samantha Anther. Good morning, everybody. Let's give everybody their shout-outs because I know you guys, much like any good urban radio station, you want your shout-outs. We have to give a shout-out to SJ Design. We have to give a shout-out to Casey, Just Jen,
all right,
Key West BTM, Norm is here, Shell, 6969. It's a double 69. You're back straight regular. If you do double 69, now you're just standing and you're eating your wife's face while she's eating your face. That's a double 69. We got, let's see here, Reek. How's your penis? EJ. That's sad. When EJ's in here, I'm like, what do you do?
You know what I just realized? Like, my sons know that a lot of my codes for everything are 6969 because that was my home or my original house address.
One day
in
they're
Miami.
going to think you can only climax 69. They're going to be like, he was obsessed.
He's a
goddamn
pervert.
69 pervert.
No, well, eventually they'll learn what that means, and then they'll think like, "Oh, my dad had all the 69."
They'll picture you 69ing your wife.
No,
yes,
come on, no.
That's what happens.
No.
That is what happens.
No.
The first time I heard 69, I knew what it meant. Like some kid on the middle school was like, 69's when you're doing that thing and she's doing that thing, and and I was like, oh my god. First thing I thought of was my parents. I was like, do my parents do that? Do they 69? Is that how I was born?
I never think about.
I don't think my parents ever 69. I don't think they did.
No,
I just don't think it was a different. I think it was a different time, and I don't think my dad was into 69, and he'd like the good old sit on it. He's like, give me the sit on it.
No, when they were younger, though. Right?
I don't think they did. Was it like
when did they meet?
69 is a pardon the expression, but 69 was for the 70s and on. It was not a. I don't think people in the 50s 69.
Were they dating in the 50s?
My mom and dad, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom and dad were born in the 40s, bro.
But they were dating in like when they were in high school.
Yeah,
and stuff?
they dated in high school.
So the quintessential. Small town.
I don't know. I honestly don't know when the first time they made love. I mean, they could have been both 16.
Well,
they were the same age. Tell me that's not fucking weird. Show me a person that's married to someone the same age. Do you know anybody? I don't know anybody. My parents were, because that's what you did.
Well, I'm the same age as my
We
wife.
should be talking about this. It's a decent warm-up.
I thought you were younger.
You're younger.
But I mean, like, technically, we're both the same age for a small,
That counts. That counts. Do you have any of that? with your hubby? Do you ever?
Like,
are
we're-
you ever the same age?
No, he's 2 years younger than me.
See, doesn't count. Me, I'm 7 years older than my wife. I'm telling you, yours kind of. I think yours counts, but very
From
few
February
people,
to July, I'm the same age as my wife.
very few
every
people have that anymore. That is considered old. You being a high school sweetheart and then being the same age, motherfucker. You are old school. That is, my dad would be so proud of you. He'd be like, "You got the age thing right. You got the, yeah." He was a traditionalist.
Well,
You're a traditionalist.
No, I'm not a traditionalist. And then also, it's better to have.
It's heritage.
Well,
He calls himself Heritage Tom.
but wouldn't your dad congratulate you for having a younger wife? Because that's
Well,
what the dream,
yeah,
the American
to me,
dream
but
is.
at the
right?
same time,
Is
yeah.
that the American
Nah,
dream?
that's what I thought.
But I don't want to die early. I mean, like, we all know that's what's going to happen, right? I'm going to die.
Well, at least
like-
you get to die
With a
and
younger
not be
wife.
alone, right? Then she's alone.
She's never alone. She doesn't need me.
Yeah.
We were
Andrew's-
Tom and I were
Andrew's
talking about
waiting
this
on the
morning.
Yeah, but if she died
to be-
before you
Andrea.
and you were alone, that'd be miserable,
Right?
right?
No. Oh, if
he
I
died-
die,
he
if she
died.
dies,
Right.
oh God,
That's what I'm saying. So it's better for
then
you to
I
die
wanna
first.
die. Then I'll kill myself.
Maisie will take care of him.
Nah, she's
even-
gonna leave his ass.
No, she
Put him in a
won't.
home.
No, there's two things that are with me, and that's that goddamn dog and that daughter of mine. And we're, all three of us, we're the power trinity, and we're gonna force this bitch out of our house. Get the fuck out of here, Andrea.
Yeah.
It's me and Maisie and Dansby. We never needed you.
If
let me
if
tell
you're
you
not
something.
like abusive or
I'm not.
if you have a good relationship with
Yes,
your kids,
I
they
do.
will feel guilted into taking care of you no matter what. They won't leave you. Like if they can't find a reason,
upper level manipulation, brother, and
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
No, I'm serious.
I'm here
because
for it.
They'll feel obligated
Yeah,
to
that
do
sucks for them though.
it. Well,
The chat room
that's
is
their burden to bear.
Chat room is proving my point. I don't think there's one person, and we got a decent amount in there. I don't think there's one person in there that is the same age as their significant other.
In the chat room?
I don't think we have. Out of all of our listeners, I bet you we barely have 1% of our listeners are the same age. That is an old school thing, dude.
I think it's more common than not, right? Because
To have the same age?
yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
Not the people I know. Oh, Tracy is. Is Tracy the only one? 2 years difference.
No.
Less than 1. Yeah, I'm going to go less than 1%.
Yeah, my mom and dad weren't the same age. They were like a year and a half or 2 years apart.
Yeah.
My mom and dad were the same age, and they were like a lot like you guys in that, knew each other, friends, became together, and then the rest is it. Then they,
Yeah,
all
then you ride it out.
They ride it out, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you die of lupus, you're coughing, and
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's good. You lived a good one.
Let me tell the chat room something during the warm up because we're almost done. That's very important. If you ever go and do a radio show, I would hope that you would bring up the death of all the uncomfortable deaths in your life to make the radio show a little on tilt. I did that yesterday when I was on the Jim Colbert show. I don't know why I deflected that. Why do I always go dark?
Because you're making people uncomfortable, and you're right. It gives them a.
I felt like I needed to change the energy. Yeah.
But they get because now they're on guard and
They're
it
like,
gets-
this guy's crazy.
yeah.
Jack was right.
Yeah. When there's a crazy person in the room, your senses heighten. You're like,
Spider-Man.
yeah, I need to pay attention.
Yeah, he might hit me with a trash can.
Yeah. He's saying crazy shit.
Oh my God, he's eating his own poop. Okay, this is a good warm up. All right.
Also, I don't know why we feel the need to just make fun of ourselves and shit on everything.
Tracy was watching. She said Jamie King from Fox 35 had no idea what to do when I said that.
yeah. I heard him like laugh, and then he's like,
That's good. Stop the whole show.
I did. Tom told me to give him the classic Dan, and I gave him
I didn't tell you anything.
I gave him the classic Dan. No, he didn't tell me anything.
The problem I was telling Sam is that
I'm glad you laughed, Tracy.
If someone like asks
That was
us
fun.
a
Thank
question,
you, Deb and Ross and Jack and Jimmy.
I think it's because we're so used to interrupting each other, like and stopping each other as we're talking, that we will not stop talking unless someone interrupts us in the middle of our sentence.
We also know how to pull back to do it's like a hybrid. It's an interrupt, but it doesn't have any. It's a painless interruption in the fact that we can still yes and you, but not fully interrupt, and you just power through. There is a dance. It is a dance.
But I think it is awkward for someone because they're like, "What? And especially their listeners are like, why are these guys not stop talking? And
why are they talking about death?
They're just going on and on, and they're
Now
shitting
one
on
of
their
them-
own event.
Why is the little one saying how bad the event is, and the bigger one is now moved on to shitting on his family? He's shitting on his children. He's literally saying how bad his children are. And I think the little one just said his family's dumb. Why would they do that? Should we listen to the show? Nah, we'll just stick with Jimmy. That's probably what they do. But it was fun. Thanks to Deb and Jack and Ross for allowing us the time, and Jamie, who is he's a cool surfer dude.
You guys are doing the tour. You got Johnny's house tomorrow morning.
I can't believe we're going to be on Johnny's
You got
house.
Lynch and Taco Bob the next morning.
Let's dress like influencers tomorrow.
Oh my God, please.
What do you?
Okay, you are gonna need tie-dyed socks and some Crocs.
Oh no.
You're gonna need your shorts are actually the right size, tiny shorts. That'll work.
I'm never wearing tie dye.
And then you need a tank top, and you can wear your.
He's always been anti tie dye.
I don't like it. It's
in right
we
now.
wanted
man.
to do a Tom and Dan tie
I'm
dye,
gonna
and
fucking
Tom
do
never
it.
lets us do it.
I'm gonna fucking do it. Tie-dye tank top.
Hell yeah.
My favorite shirt. You've seen it. It's a Base Central shirt that Beaver Felton gave me. He is a legendary bass guitar player, confined to a wheelchair. It's an interesting story. But he is freaking amazing, and he owns this shop where I bought my Modulus bass, the one with the graphite neck. It's beautiful. And when I purchased the bass, he's like, hey, come back here. And he gave me some books and some DVDs because he's put out a series of DVDs. He's that fucking good. He can teach you how to play. And then he gave me a tie-dyed shirt, and it's my favorite shirt. The shit's over 20 years old. I still wear it to bed. Wore it last night. Love it.
I don't like shirts or attire that tell me your vibes.
We have a Tom.
So boring.
Yeah. Tom
No,
and Dan
like when you wear
solid colors.
But you wear a black polo every day. You're like almost Steve Jobs.
No.
You're like Steve needs a job.
It's the equivalent to hippie flames, like in the fact that
what
you mean like bikers wearing flames?
Like if you,
it's like my vibe is I ride so fast, hell's approaching.
When you wear a clothes that you want to express that you are aggressive, like flames or tap out or like MMA or.
But I don't think tie-dye works in the same fashion.
But it works in the opposite. You are expressing that you are relaxed and chill.
No, I'm not. I'm expressing that I like colorful. Like this hat is.
No.
This is flowery. This is an officially licensed.
It's hippie flame.
This is an officially licensed Atlanta Braves hat, right? And it's flowery, right?
Yeah.
Is this telling a vibe? And then the underbill has it. This one was actually.
No.
This was designed by Acuna Jr. It even has
Hawaiian attire is the same thing.
Yeah, it has.
I'm anti-Hawaiian
Even
shirts.
on the inside of it, it says designed by Ronald Acuna Jr. Pretty cool, right?
That gets a pass because it's a sports team, so that trumps all the other stuff.
Tom and Dan.
So you don't like my Zubaz and Zubaz jackets that I wore to fest?
I love Zubaz. I own Zubaz. He owns Zubaz, but he never wears them out.
That's more of a costume because you're at a festival, and I feel like that goes around. You know,
it's trying to give a vibe off though.
Okay, we should be recording this because we're pretty in a pretty good spot.
But the
11/11.
Yeah.
Shit. Where are we putting this?
Tuesday 3.
Tuesday 3. Tuesday 3. Okay. Would you like to start?
Sure.
Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We got some Solar Bears games coming up.
Yeah, man.
The big ones on December 16th. The whole show's going to be out there.
Yes.
I know Eric Merchman, his family's coming out.
This is like an unofficial Solar Bears times Tom and Dan Christmas party. Meet us out there and let's drink some beers.
Brendan O'Connor's going to be there. John Busdecker's going to be there.
Canadian Josh.
God, man, it's like an all-star cavalcade.
And
we're probably going to fill the 118, I would imagine.
I think so, yeah.
Let's make that the goal. We want to pack it out.
Yeah.
Because I know some games are easier to get to than others. You know, your earlier games are harder to fill. I mean, everybody knows that. When we used to work with Orlando City, those middle of the day, 1 p.m. games, oh my God, it would roast your face.
Yeah,
Here's the beauty of being in the Amway. It's nice and cool in
Oh,
there.
I went there Sunday freezing.
Nice and cool. Yeah. You might want to go sweat shorts. Perfect attire.
Yeah, there you go.
Sweat shorts.
Also, there's a game on the 23rd, the 24th, and the 26th, and Dan's going to be at the 24th Thanksgiving game.
I've got a lot of people been reaching out to me like, hey, man, let me get some tickets. I'm coming along. We're going to do an unconventional Thanksgiving with the Solar Bears. Come on out and join me and my entire family. We're not eating traditional. We're looking for fun, like sports venue grub. So we're going to be partying and just having a strange, fun hockey Thanksgiving, and I think it's going to be our new tradition. If they continue to play, we'll just keep going to Solar Bears games on Thanksgiving.
Single game tickets start at $20, and you can get section 118 is the Tom and Dan section. Get them at tomanddan.com.
Yes, sir.
So
you want to do emails or voicemails?
Let's do some emails.
Okay, because sometimes we have listeners that, and I don't mean disrespect, I'm just telling the truth. Sometimes I feel like we have listeners that go off their medication. And when they do, sometimes, they're still creative, but maybe they're just a little more manic. And, man, we just got like one guy sent us like 105 emails.
Yeah, I'm not going to read them all
but
today.
But they're pretty good. Like
they're like a one question apiece.
Yeah, I feel like this guy's our one like mega autistic listener, and he's just like, I'm going to fire off everything now. And that was great, but we can't do it all in one fell swoop.
The mania, what is that? Is that just the height you started? Is that you're
It's
riding
a
the
flow
high,
state,
right?
Flow state. Yeah, you hear Kanye. I know people hate him now, but he's a good example of this. There are people that talk about like he's always talked about using his bipolar as like a superpower. I think we've also found that it can have its negative.
But you don't necessarily have to have bipolar to be manic.
Also, you don't need to be bipolar to get into a flow state.
Can you be manic and if you don't have any, can you just be generally manic without any sort of, issue?
I think you can, yeah.
But it's just less of a degree than Superman.
Well, you can be manic without the depressive aspect that, without the pendulum swing. We know that, right? Yeah, I think what you're saying is accurate.
What do we got, Sam?
All right, so this one says, hey, gang, what was the last thing that you said, I'm not going to do this anymore, and stuck to it? Probably smoking for all of us, right? I don't know if it's the last thing I've said, but...
Yeah, but I didn't, like, even when I quit smoking regularly, I would still have the occasional cigarette here and there. Although I haven't in years now.
I have
You haven't gotten crazy lately?
No.
I've never had one since I quit. That is a fact. I've never even tried to poof one. I haven't. It's always made me kind of grossed out afterwards. Now, I have dreams. I have dreams that I smoke. And in my dreams... Like, I'm always, like, back in the game of smoking cigarettes, and you're always mad at me, and you're like, you've been doing this for, like, the last 2 years, man. You said this is only, like, a little bit. You said you were just going to do it, like, a couple months.
Yeah.
And no, in my dream, it's always, like, 2-3 years I'm back in, and I'm falling back into the repetitive nature of it, that sort of thing. Do you miss smoking at all?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I don't either. Sometimes I
don't
get
have any cravings now. I think the marijuana, even though I don't smoke it, when I eat it, for whatever reason, it doesn't make me want to smoke.
Like drinking used to.
Yeah. Like even if I'm drinking, like the marijuana somewhere like takes up the craving that I would get if I was regularly drinking or something.
Yeah, like cigarettes to me, like I don't miss it. But I do get a craving every once in a while, almost like you get a craving for foods. Like I'll be walking through somewhere. Normally it's like an outdoor event or like a beer event, something that's related to like normally this type of weather, early fall. And I'll just get a whiff, like that first whiff of like a fresh cigarette. Mm-hmm. There is a difference. I know a lot of you out there just saying, "Those garbage, damn, that's disgusting." I get it. But if you never smoke, you don't know what you're talking about. So shut up.
Yeah.
The real, like that first like smell of like the tobacco it's I don't know, it'll catch me and I'll be like, oh man, that cigarette would be good right now.
Nostalgic.
Yeah, it is. It's nostalgic.
I've got one. I am never, and it's been only a short amount of time, so it's hard to say, but I'm never going to go to another air show again.
Wow, that's very recent.
Well, right after the one he went to, there were like 2 planes that collided.
I saw
that's terrible.
And it had nothing to do with the planes that
know,
collided. That is super sad.
It's a
Although
coincidence.
it does help with the decision of never going again.
Yeah, there'll be less now.
But
there's way more things that we've said we're never going to do again that we do, right?
Yeah. Well, because
let's ask EJ.
You forget.
That's a joke.
Usually, every time I do something that's super hard and a pain in the ass, immediately after I scream, I'm never doing this again.
Kayaking.
Camping.
But the
Camping is a
camping's
big
one of
one
them.
for
You
you.
do camping all the time, though.
Yeah,
Well, once a year is not all the time.
Well,
but-
that's annually.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I've been camping.
yeah, he says he hates it, but man, we do it.
It's,
Yeah, if you do it every year, then you don't hate
I
that
love
much.
it. I love it.
no,
I think it's super
I don't
fun.
hate it. I like it.
You're like, it's so much work.
Oh
It's just
man,
a-
Maisie
yeah.
is so excited.
It's just a pain in the ass directly after. Like you sore from sleeping on the some BS air mattress,
Yeah.
and then the 2 days of lifting stuff and getting drunk. You know, like the alcohol poisoning doesn't help the situation after 2 days, especially the older you get. So it's like you're sore, you have horrible sleep, you're alcohol
What's the
poisoned.
good parts of it?
See, the good parts is the parts you remember, and the bad parts fade, because I think it's human psychology.
Yeah.
Like, it's just our brains have been trained to forget the bad, so it's not traumatized. Like,
yeah,
it's
the
a
fellowship,
coping
the fire,
mechanism. Yeah, yeah.
The meals,
So
the
the-
jokes, the hiking is fun. Yeah, it's
So the bad
See, but I'll
fades
just
away.
do all that and then not sleep out in the woods, you know?
Yeah, no,
yeah,
100%.
But you do like it's cool. Like when you wander back to your tent and it's kind of crisp and you're all in there. It's cool. You know, like I enjoy
And
it.
I like putting myself through hard situations and like hard work and things, because I just feel like somehow
I must suffer.
Yeah, it was just like, but that comes with the good parts are that much better. It's kind of like eating sweet and sour, or like
Sweet and
savory,
savory, yeah.
savory and sweet. Like you need the savory to enjoy the sweet more, and I feel like that with like the small enjoyments of camping are heightened by how miserable it is.
It's weird that
I know it
you know
sounds
what's
ridiculous.
weird, and this is related, but not really. Like we use the term sweet and savory now. Like we use them all the time, and I can't think of like when I was a kid ever hearing any of those type of terms in my house. You know, like I think my dad thought there were two types of food: salty food and gay food. And that's it. That's all there were. You know, he only ate the salty food. Everything else he didn't like. You know, like that's weird that we say sweet and savory. Andrea's always talking about it, and even Maisie talks about it. She's like, "Oh, the mixture of sweet and savory."
I also feel like it's a benefit to put yourself purposely through hard times in some aspect, like just making your life easier and easier for all time.
Yeah.
Is like
It's like deciding to
be,
not work out ever.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit bad for you in the long run. Like doing hard things and forcing yourself, even though it is hard, will be better for you. Or at least I keep telling myself that. It's like, it's like working out. I mean, no one wants to do it. It's hard, but it will be beneficial to you. And like, it can't not be.
The one that I think of that I think a lot of people can relate to, and I was talking about this with a couple in our neighborhood last night. I was on the balcony and they pulled up in one of their they got the fancy golf cart, the long one that seats like
Long
20
boy.
people, but it's brand new and it has the big. Like it's got the nice ass, like it's got like alloys on it, like badass alloys. It's got like a stereo system. It's got lights on. It's crazy.
$13,000 golf cart.
It's more than that, maybe.
Yeah.
And he pulls up, and we're talking. But the one thing that I know a lot of people they hit their end, and they're like, "I will never do this again." Is traveling for the holidays, and that was my dad. I remember we packed up the car, and I think I've told this story before. We packed up the car. There was some argument.
Going to your hometown.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we were going to Virginia, 670 miles or something like that, right on the southern Virginia border. We were heading up there. And I remember we were already packed, and him and Mom were arguing about something. He was on the phone or something like that. I don't know the particulars. I still don't know the particulars, and we'll never know. But they were like, my dad was like, that's it. We're not doing it. And
Enough.
Cal, unpack the car. And we're all like, and then I started crying. Mom's crying. Like, but once we got through that, we had like the most amazing Christmas ever, because the pressure of having to you drive, the danger, the just a pain in the ass. Like you've done this to Miami year after year after year. It gets to a point where you just don't want to do it anymore. My dad put his foot down one year and said, "I'm never doing it again."
I think,
and we never went back.
If I ever move again, I'm hiring movers.
Oh.
Now I won't hire
thing
them
I
to
ever
pack the house, but I'll hire them to load the truck up and unload it into my new house if I ever do move again, which I don't plan to. I plan to die in my house. Partly because I never want to move again. But the moving yourself, I think that's over for me. Like I'm not. I'm just gonna throw
You
money.
also have
at
a
that.
lot of stuff and other people to move their stuff. You got
See,
kids.
I got rid of so much stuff this last move.
Yeah.
So there wasn't too much to move. I don't know. I feel like I've done it so much now. I feel like I'm a professional mover.
But I think the kid factors in. I think that me and Andrea would be more apt to do it alone if we were in your shoes with Team No Kids.
Well,
I think we'd be I think we'd say the same thing.
I moved from Deltona, moved ourselves into the Maitland house, and but then after living there for 12 years, like I think I'm at the age now, in 40, like I'm not moving my stuff again. Me and Crystal couldn't do it by ourselves, especially like our sectional couch. Like
sexual cow,
the refrigerator, like like big ass thing.
I know.
I can't even I could pick it up, but like me and Crystal, she's gonna hurt her back doing it, or it's like why even just hire the mover? And again, if you do it without them packing your stuff and you just pack your stuff into boxes. It is cheaper, still expensive, but I think everybody who hires a mover at the end of it thinks that it's worth it. I don't think they get extreme buyer's remorse after hiring a mover. I just, even though it is expensive, I think they're like, this was worth it. I can't imagine doing it myself.
Yeah, I agree. Next email.
So we talked to the guy that did the 3D printing last week.
Yeah.
And we have another one that's talking about 3D printing. So after listening to the 3D printing hobby segment, I had to set a few things straight. I use printers all day at work, and anyone that wants to get any kind of quality print, you don't use the ancient technology of ribbon-style printing. Resin printing is a pool of liquids that's cured laid by layer with light and heat, and it's dramatically stronger and better looking. We use Carbon brand and automated Haygears brand printed to create dental products that are not only long-lasting, strong products and accurate to 10 microns, I also 3D metal print, and you can absolutely print your own bolts or hardware, as well as trinkets like the Stormtrooper's helmet. If you want to get a real understanding of 3D printing in the modern age, this is not home-quality trash, but multi-$100,000 printers.
Well,
and then he sent us pictures of these
We're
printers.
talking about a hobby compared to like a dent, like you work for a dentist.
He follows up.
You're printing.
Yeah, man, look at this guy.
3D printing isn't as practical as it should be this far into the conception, but it's great for artists to print and paint. The printer leaves lines, so you primer and sand, which is time-consuming, but makes you appreciate your work. Old acquaintance gave me prints, and I did the work to make these. And he's made some Mickey Mouse heads.
Yeah, that's cool.
And a Groot and a Power Ranger. See, like little toys.
It's cool. It's cool.
Well...
Oh, now Maisie wants a 3D printer. Thanks a lot, dude.
Nice.
I started talking to her about it. She wanted one of those, like 3D pens, which is like basically a handheld 3D printing like glue gun device. And now, she's like, she heard it. We were talking about it. I was like, looking at 3D printing. Now she wants that one. What is it? Toy box. It's the one that's like that everybody knows. It's like, and then a couple of our friends like have one. Because they got a lot of money. They live in these mansions. And they're like, we have a 3D printer. I'm like, don't shut up. Shut up.
Well, you live in a rich neighborhood.
I know.
Like, so you're going to have rich friends, and then you're going to have to keep up with the Joneses and get,
We have no Joneses living around here. No, not a one. Not one Jones. Sorry.
Next email.
Sorry, I thought that was pretty funny.
It is funny. That's why I laughed at it. I couldn't even keep going.
That's my dad's
Do
classic.
you have a preference on your shower head being detachable? There's no way in hell I could live my life without a detachable shower head. Being a bigger guy, I'm sure it's needed more, but
That
being
was the line I'm waiting for.
But being shorter might cause problems too.
Yeah, I do not.
I love a good detachable.
I don't like a detachable. I don't want to. I am not a dog. You don't spray me down to get the hearts.
You get it in your chapstick lips.
No, I don't use. I use my hands.
Rinse
and
that thing
soap.
out.
I use hands and soap, and then whatever falls on me. I don't think men should be using power wands to clean themselves. I just don't think that. If you do that, I look down on you.
You get cleaner.
I have two shower heads in my shower now.
Fancy.
One of them is like a fixed, and one is to the left of me on the left wall.
Oh, you got a handicap. That's for handicap people.
It's detachable, but it also is on a slide. And I got to tell you, I do enjoy the slide because you can slide it
down to your ding
dong. It's your old trumpet playing days.
Yeah, this guy's got a trombone. He's in there playing the showerhead ding dong spray.
And having two showers on, Crystal yells at me all the time. She's like, there's two in there for both of us, not for one person. But I'm like,
no, that's for one person. That's for up and a down.
But I'm like, if you're not in here, I'm going to use both of them.
But I know what you're talking about. One is the one you can take off. The other is a fixed. They're supposed to be run at the same time for one person.
Yeah, that's what I said. But
You're
Crystal's
right.
like, you're wasting water.
Oh, God,
and then I'm like, water? It's just 2 hurricanes in one. We're trying. Everybody's complaining about 3 got too much water.
We're underwater.
Yeah. We're not in Arizona or wherever the hell those lakes are disappearing. California.
This is what I've been telling people. If you really want to help out Florida right now, you'll go to your sink and turn on your water and just let it go. We got to get rid of this water somehow and we can get our boats back in the St. John's and turn them on. Turn on the faucets, everybody.
Anyway, next email.
All right. Tom, when was the last grift? I feel like we haven't heard a grifting story in a while, but I could be wrong. Or is that a thing of the past since you're living the fancy life?
He's doing dark web grifts. He's got some secret. You are a lot more secretive now in your
I'm trying to get a grift from Tom today.
We'll talk about this.
Let's talk about the grift. What do you do? What are you guys working on? I want to grift something.
When people hear grift, they assume that I'm actually scamming someone, and it's more about the deal. Like,
give me a hookup.
The art of the deal. You got
Tom
the mouth. I got the
Dave
mouth. I know the art.
Let me just.
The art of the grift.
Let me see if I can do it. Let me say that. Let me say that. I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
And just like art,
let me just say,
the deal is always subjective, depending on who you are. So the Sam is going to Fort Wilderness coming
for
up
my anniversary,
and you were talking about renting a golf cart.
My therapist is there right now. You say hi to her.
I'm not going till January.
You need the golf cart because there's either that or bicycle.
Oh my God! You don't want to ride a bicycle.
Yeah, so you need the golf cart to get to the pool and all the other areas.
Or you got to wait around for that bus that takes forever to go all the way around. I know.
I don't like the bus.
No, never take the bus.
Andrea made me ride the bus one time. I was like, oh my God, and it stunk.
Are you in downtown Brooklyn? You're in Fort Wilderness. Rent the golf cart.
Hey, take me to the garden.
It's expensive.
But it's also part of the experience of Fort Wilderness is driving around drunk on a golf cart.
Just like our cowboys did back in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Get a golf cart.
By the way, I think it's perfectly... Okay, I was thinking about this.
Perfectly fine.
It is perfectly fine.
I was driving around drunk with an open container of White Claw on my golf cart the whole weekend.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then everybody was, and it seemed like that's fine. Would Andrea drive after 2 White Claws if there's? I know she didn't even drink, but or would she say I can't drive the golf cart because I had 2 golf?
Yeah,
okay,
I think she would.
She would actually. Yeah. Okay, because that technically
I'll tell you something,
is a DUI against you know the law. Like I guess in a crazy world you could be detained and arrested for driving around a golf cart on the roads of Fort Wilderness.
You're not
never happened.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. Did you see any of the little blue Disney security dudes?
Yeah, they drive around, but it's like no one's pulling anybody over or giving them DUI for a golf cart. It just doesn't happen.
No,
but
I
technically it could, though. I think because you are on a legal road driving a golf cart, you could be.
She would be okay. I think she would be okay with that.
But she'd take the chance. I just wonder how much a rule follower.
I'll tell you this. She wouldn't be, if I'm going to answer this honestly, she wouldn't like that I have a White Claw in that flimsy golf cart cup holder.
Wouldn't want an open container while she did
I mean, if I did have one, she'd want it to be like hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If she was
correct.
Too deep and,
Yeah, but I'll just tell you, she may or may not have walked to a wine bar last night alone and had 2 Pinot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
getting crazy.
So am I getting this deal or what? This
back
grift?
to the deal.
Yeah. So tell me about that. Now,
Sam,
will this ruin the deal though?
Maybe. I don't know.
See, that's
well,
what
let's not talk about it.
Yeah,
then.
I
Let's
mean,
keep this on the deal.
Are you giving? Because I think I know what you're going to say, and that might. If
I'll
you
be
get
vague.
You might get the popo on. What if you shut down this operation that's happening?
Don't shut it down. I need it.
Then you will become the pariah of Fort Wilderness, never allowed back in.
No. Like at first, I've learned through wearing a Bear in the Big Blue House suit for 10 years, calling it Drunk at the Bear, that Disney obviously doesn't care what happens.
That's coming
on the
back,
radio.
by the way.
It is coming back.
Yeah, Bear in the Big Blue House is coming back.
So I told Sam, Sam was like, man, $70 a day to rent through Fort Wilderness. I'm like, well, I got a golf cart hookup within the community. It's like,
it's a if you know, you know scenario.
Yeah. I got someone inside that can get you a golf cart.
An inside man.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, they're not the same quality. I was going to
That's
mention
fine.
that
That's
as
fine.
the Fort Wilderness. Like you're going to get
What do you
different
got?
ones, and they're
Club
all
car icon. What do you got? What are you running?
They're all different.
Straight up Power Wheel.
Yeah, they're all different qualities.
Yeah.
And
What do we got here?
the gas and the brake are all like very,
Oh, it's gonna be the Griff truck of golf carts. God damn it!
No, just
Either-
pay the 70.
No, well, this is
Let's do a GoFundMe.
it's $20 cheaper a day.
Go cart me.
Like this could save you $100. Like
Dude, $100
like,
is a lot on Disney property.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
That's,
so-
that's a lot of money.
you know, but the gas pedal may be very sensitive or not.
not.
sensitive.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
either gotta
Slam.
slam it.
Extremes.
Yeah.
And sometimes like the one
What do
we
they
had,
look like? They look okay?
Yeah, it looked like a regular golf cart,
Okay.
like, you know. But the
Are
one
they
we
the
had,
new ones with the alloys though, like the ones I'm
no,
talking
no,
yeah,
no.
Those
This
are
is
great.
This is a old. This has kind of been around for a while. This looks like
It's not an old gas one when you step on
No,
there.
no, it's electric. But the thing about it, like I charged it all night, and it seemingly had a problem, like going uphill, and then it was like, it
How
would
many
go
people in it?
You know,
The whole fam.
Was it all the vans?
Yeah, the vans. We'd load the kids in
You'll
there.
be fine. You're only running 2 people.
Yeah.
We let the kids drive at night, which is a no-no.
Yeah, fine.
But you know, it looked like no one cared. Again,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like
Good. And
don't
if
crash.
things look that way, then it is that way. Everybody knows that.
You know, like
whatever it looks like, there it is.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's like as long as you don't crash into someone,
is true.
Then do what you
good to go,
want.
yeah.
But
Okay.
I guess it's the threat of crashing is the problem, right? And then no one wants to crash,
Right,
But they
that's
do.
why they're called accidents, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they do. Anyway,
Just stop.
so that's the next grift. I'm already asked for the number.
So you're working the deal.
So
We're going to
it's-
get the number of the person,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
say,
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
inside.
Now it's a little like you'll have to text the person, and then you have to go to a separate site. There may be people on already, and then get the
And
golf cart
steal
from
their
them.
cart.
yeah.
Hold on.
You know, like you know,
you have to say like, hey, you know, Peter told me.
like Sammy sent me.
Yeah, Sammy.
You know, or whatever. I'm just making up a
Yeah,
name.
well,
of the
her name's
person.
Sam. Come on, man. What happened to your prom?
Not that creative.
What the hell?
Was that Sammy?
Sammy, where's
I said, I didn't say
Sammy
Sam.
sent me. What's your name? I'm Sam. Wait, Sammy? Who's Sam? Sammy? God damn, it's confusing.
Well, I told you it was confusing. And then you have to get it, and maybe in the middle of the night. I'm just like,
In the middle of the night.
yeah.
And
And if the
your
person,
husband will love this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loves
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
he
grift.
loves sketchy stuff.
Yeah, he loves a good grift.
and
He's dragging her out in the middle of the woods. She's carrying a gun.
so
Jesus.
I will tell you, there's been a grift that I've been cooking up for a while.
Oh,
And
a grift.
he hasn't used cooking up a grift since I don't think you've said that since 2015.
But the problem is that this person is right. Like I do grift less now that I make more money because it is embarrassing if the person then knows that I,
think you're
make
a little
enough.
too busy to grift too.
Yeah, too busy. And then I have realized that I could just pay for it. And that's the thing. I grifted most of the time back in the day for necessity because I wanted fancy things, but I didn't have the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I had to figure a way around it.
Yeah.
So now I could just buy it and then
And
also
ruin it.
yeah. And but also it would not going to piss off Crystal because a lot of the stuff that I've got myself
Would
into,
put yourself in harm's way.
not even harm's way,
your
but
family
there
in
would be a
harm's way.
guy there, and then I'll be running out in the middle of the night, and then there's be this thing, and I'm like, call the guy now. Like, you know, it would be like, no, we have to go. I'll be driving somewhere, and like,
Drop me off here.
yeah, it would
Yeah.
just be
Yeah.
sketchy, and Crystal's like, what are you doing? Or like there'd be the pipes are broken, you know what I'm saying? Like something would be wrong. She's yelling at me. I told you we shouldn't have used this guy. Anyway. So there's this one grift that there's this listener that lives near Tampa that has a boat that wants to show me, like he calls it a paradise. With it. I could snorkel with the boys, and it's a hidden gem.
It's a pond behind my house. Goddamn paradise, Tom. You're gonna love it.
Paradise Pond.
Yeah, you come on by, and I got pain pills.
He says that it's like a secret snorkeling spot off the west coast.
Oh yeah, the old
Tom
West.
says there's no secrets left.
Yeah, but in
Yeah, but he
Florida,
yeah.
a West Coast snorkeling spot.
Yeah, it's rare.
Yeah, it is.
you
It
know.
really is.
The closest place to really go snorkeling is Disney. We don't the
Right.
fake coral, or you have to.
What if it is Disney and this guy's
Get
just?
on Miami.
What if it is Disney and this guy just found a trail and you're gonna get arrested?
Well,
It's an old Discover Island set.
What I want to do is schedule out something because he's got to show me. I got to follow him in his boat. That's the thing.
Oh, that's where it kills you.
Why can't you just drop a pin?
No, because
Right.
when you're boating, there's a lot of sandbars and stuff that
Just go slow.
Yeah, even slow. The crow gets tired of slow.
Yeah, crow ain't slow.
She is very impatient.
Yeah. Then she's
slow.
like, go
Admittedly.
fast, and then
Crow like fast.
and then I'm like, I can't go fast. I'm gonna hit a sandbar, and she's like, well, why?
Well, she can fly away. What does she care? He's like,
Anyway, then I'm running into sandbar, family's trapped out. So what I want to do is figure out some way to plan a trip out to the West Coast, and then this guy meet us out there, and then follow him to the secret spot so he can show me.
Yep.
Now, but when you ask someone to do that, it's implied that you're gonna hang out with them all day.
It was implied that you will exchange each other's wives.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's always something that like, hey, you're doing me a favor.
Exactly. The old captain's handshake. You know what that is.
What favor do you want?
Traditionally, the first mates have to sleep on each other's vessels for the night.
Now, usually it's just like they just want to hang out. Like they hang out with Tom Van and
I can't believe
tell
that's
some
not
stories.
uncomfortable for you to hang out with just random people
It's not.
for like
it's
hours.
Not, no, it's not
But you
uncomfortable
get
at all. Especially if they give me the paradise.
But you get uncomfortable like ordering a sandwich, or like talking to.
Well, that's a stranger who's not giving me paradise.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
an excellent point.
If you are showing
It depends
me,
on what you're promised.
Yeah. Like if it's just like, hey, go small talk with this
Now,
guy
what if
for
it's
no reason.
not a paradise and it's a hellhole? Do you
Well-
still owe them?
Oh yeah, but that's,
no, I
that's
still-
the curse. That's the curse of being
Yes.
Tom. Is
And
that
that's why
he's
Crystal
now,
gets mad.
Yes,
Yeah.
because sometimes
now he's trapped in
it's-
Scaradise,
Yeah.
and he can't get
Sometimes
out.
it's not a paradise.
And he's too uncomfortable.
More often than not, actually.
Too uncomfortable to leave. He'll just be like, "We
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to stay here. I have to fulfill my destiny."
Yes, yeah. Because I can't screw that person over because they did me a favor. So I will repay my debt whichever way I can. But most I can't ever just be like, well, this is a paradise. I'm leaving or
Yeah,
whatever.
you told me paradise. This is disgusting. I'm out of here.
And
I've got a gun.
So that's my next grift. I'm just working out a way to
Okay.
because I can't tell Crystal like, hey, we're meeting a listener. You're going to show me this paradise.
Gonna show us
She's
paradise.
She's going to be.
You got to sell it like, oh, I have this tour guide that's gonna take us out.
I can't. Now she
No,
knows my
she'll
life.
call the place.
Yeah, she's like, what company?
Yeah, what's the name? I'll look them
Okay.
up. Oh,
Okay.
they're not on the Better Business Bureau.
Because you know why? I relinquished too much responsibility to Crystal. So now, like for instance,
if
our
she
last
has too much
vacation,
responsibility, then she can start getting her eyes on everything and
doesn't
really dig into the book.
she doesn't trust me to do or plan any of this because she thinks I'll screw it up from years
And
past.
that's
of screwing
weird.
it up.
Well, no, but you know what's funny is that's your job here at T&D Media. You're a planner.
That's what I tell her.
And you're a professional
She's like,
planner.
no, other people do a lot of the work.
No,
and then
they don't.
And then I'm like, well, they do some of it, but I have
You
the
do
overall.
the lion's share.
But then she's like, well, why do all these problems happen?
Ah.
And I'm like, well,
Tony.
How are the batteries at the AT&T?
It was all
yeah,
Tony,
yeah.
Eric, Sam, and Dan.
Yeah,
They-
everybody else.
Yeah,
And
they
she-
ruined it.
But she's like, you just tight a rope walking your way through this, and any small mistake, you're falling off to your death. Well, Linda. And
It is, yeah. it's
And I'm like,
very
yeah,
well
but
Linda.
I rarely fall. And then
Yeah.
she's like, but you could at any point. I see it, and you scream, and you pull your hair out. Like, oh my God, it's not happening. There's no beer vendors.
Right.
Because she sees me say that, and then I'm like, oh, it's fine. I was stuck on a cruise. And then, but she sees all this. She takes it all in and doesn't trust me with planning any sort of paradise cruise.
No paradise plan. Paradise Lost.
Because she thinks that it'll go horribly wrong, which I understand because it has.
Now,
in
has
the past.
anything ever that she planned, and we'll get to another email here in a second.
Oh, yeah, no.
Well,
Has anything she planned ever
Yes.
gone horribly wrong?
That manta ray thing
Yes,
or whatever.
Yeah.
absolutely, but I can't bring it up because you get
No.
mad about it. So I have
Really?
to hold my tongue.
She wouldn't I feel like though you can't laugh about it. Well, how long before you can make fun of it?
Oh, I make fun of it pretty soon after.
Yeah.
But little jabs. That's
yeah,
that's the
little
way to
jabs.
open it. I start kicking open the door.
Yeah.
For full blown.
Little body blows.
The other day I screamed, remember when Mom made you get in the ocean and it was freezing? And we said it. But the problem is the boys, because
She also made Max cry, right?
Oh yeah. That happened again last night.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what happened? Oh, yeah, let's talk about it.
Well, he's too sensitive. We're playing darts in the playroom from
And then she's like,
gambling.
"You stink at darts. I hate you."
We
Oh my
No,
God.
she didn't say that.
we started doing these games where it's
It's pub night at the Van House. He's going to teach them all good British boys that learn darts. They learn billiards, snooker. He's going to get some dominoes in there. He's teaching them street games.
We do this thing now where we do a challenge and then we put punishments in a hat and then the
You
lower
guys,
the
so much trauma.
What?
The trauma hat. Go to the trauma hat and pick out your punishment, you POS.
No, well, the boys write their own punishments and then they fold it up and they put it in a hat. But
My
we all
punishment is candy.
No. They're like we were playing and
thumb in the bum.
Like the boys are losing, whatever, and then I'm like just like showing off at this point. Like I'm doing it from the couch because
You're
I'm
doing
just
like trick shots.
Yeah. But I got
classic dad move.
I got too cocky and I'm trying to do.
And had too many white claws.
Yeah, exactly. It was that
After-
last Blackberry got you in the pants.
And so I lost. So I go around the hat and
Let
I pick
me
it up.
see here. What is this one?
And then it was jump in the pool. And this was, by the way, 8:30 at night. Or
Oh,
whatever.
it's cold in that pool.
You have to freezing. And then so I'm like, jump in the pool.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So I had to fulfill my bet and go out there and get in my
there he
boxers
is.
and
Win
jump
Hall.
in the pool.
Did it specify to get in your boxers?
Well, it was either that
should have
or
been nude.
I had to put on. Well, Crystal was videotaping me.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff going on over there, man.
Which I was screaming, don't put this on the internet. And then I jumped in the pool, and then the boys laughed and laughed.
I love it. It's good. Look at you guys. Like
So when did the crying happen?
over here, like a YouTube
Oh.
internet. They're doing like the Paul household.
I believe Max at one point got the lowest score, and then
Go to the hat.
and then
No.
Max,
Go to the hat.
and then Max says, "What's the opposite of winner chicken dinner?" And then we were like, loser. Pigman snoozer.
Pigman snoozer. I almost cursed. That would make me cry too. You're a goddamn animal. You're a vicious animal. You called him loser, pigman snoozer. Dude, I would punch. I would be a
No, and then-
if you said that to me now, I'd punch you in the face.
Then he stormed
Yeah, I
off
would
and started
storm off
crying,
too.
and he's like, "Will you call me Pigman snoozer?"
Next shirt is loser, pigman snoozer.
And then we're like, "Come on, Max, you were
Come
just
on,
joking
Pigman."
around." No,
Oh.
no, they were like, "We're just joking around," and then
Dude,
and then me and Crystal started laughing, and then Tommy's like,
God.
"They're laughing at you." We're like, "Shut up!" And then
they're laughing at you,
Family is insane.
No, we were. Max is too sensitive. We said.
I am telling you, as another, I don't say sensitive, as another emotional person. It just means we care about his stuff, right? That's why we get so upset.
We didn't
care
call
about
him that. You
If
just said,
you
"What's the
and
opposite?"
Sam were
Well,
playing,
you said he had the lowest points, so he was a pigman snoozer.
If we were playing darts and if you both started chanting loser, pigman snoozer,
I'd
walk,
leave.
I'd walk out of this place
No.
and I would go find my wife.
That's right.
We were all joking around.
How dare you.
No, because it's not.
At least he's on Team Pigman with me. You can be with me.
like
That's all right, Max.
No,
You're good,
he's
bud.
too sensitive about everything, So he gets to and then
He's competitive like me. Yeah, I
Well,
would.
He
I
gets
would be
emotional when he
pissed.
loses. The same thing we're trying to with playing poker.
The best story ever.
It
Because
really
he
is the
asked
best
himself, and then he hated the answer.
He did
no,
ask
he
that?
asked us. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
what a
He's like,
sweet-
what-
Right, that's what I'm saying.
What a
he
sweet
asked,
boy. He's like, what's the opposite
and then he didn't
of
like the answer.
winner, chicken dinner? And then you guys are like, loser, pigman snoozer. I would,
No, we didn't say
dude,
it like
I would
that.
double
No,
middle
that's
finger
the way
you
you took it. We just
yeah,
said
but that's the way he took it. You're not understanding that
well,
the way
well,
I take it's the way he takes it.
I
Because
know.
we care. That's why we get upset. It's because we give a damn.
No, but you gotta understand, we're not calling you that. We're just joking.
It doesn't matter.
We're
I actually am
improving the chicken dinner. It's the opposite. We're something in line rhymes with loser.
I wasn't even there, and I'm offended.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, that
triggered.
poor
I'm
baby.
fully triggered. You. Sam's dead. Sam's dead. Loser.
But we're
pig.
playing a game.
Where did you come with the pigman part? How did that come
well,
up?
no, but-
Loser, pigman.
Well,
snoozer.
because it had to be an animal, and like chicken
winner,
and
winner,
pig.
chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Loser,
No, I don't know.
loser, pigman snoozer.
Because-
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Anyway, and like Tommy, he doesn't take the jokes like being offended. He takes them as joke. Like
Pigman, snoozer, a tired pig. Haha.
When I'm fighting with Tommy, I call Tommy Stickbug because he's so lanky.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. He's a skinny boy.
And then when I'm trying to get him into the bathroom to brush his teeth, and then
get on there,
Wait,
brush
you
your
have
teeth.
to wrestle your child to get him to brush his teeth?
Go brush your teeth, Stickman. Pigman's already doing it.
This is a house of craziness.
Stickman, Pigman, it's your daddy.
It's the monster.
The
monster's gonna make you brush your teeth, stick boy.
The naked monster who completely shaves his pubes is here. Where's Stickman, Pigman?
And
jumping in the pool.
So I grab him in a full Nelson, and I'm trying to bring him into the bathroom.
I'm Joe Byrne.
And he puts his feet up to block the door. Stickman feet. His stickbug feet.
Limber.
So then I'm like, quit using the stickbug. So now when he puts his stickbug feet up, we call it the stickbug. And it's his way to defend from going
It's
and
what a
forcing him
normal
into the bathroom.
stickbug would do.
I also have to wrestle him into the shower.
Okay, is there anything easy?
And then I they started it, and then I have to pull them nude. I have to wrestle their clothes off.
And it's been a good day, guys. I'll see you later.
And then they run around the house nude, and then I'm like, that's it. Come on.
I wish somebody would wrestle this.
Everyone's just
Pigman,
naked
dude.
running around at your house.
Yeah, just wrestling each other, calling each other animal names.
They think it's funny.
It's the Lord of the Flies over there.
They think it's funny, and then so then I have to do it because I don't want to get serious.
Wait a minute, we got Stickbug, we got Pigman, we got the Crow.
The monster.
And the monster.
Okay,
there you go.
You know, it's
a typical
it's
American.
all in fun, though. You
I
understand?
thought you hated fun.
I like it with my
fun.
sons, and that's the only time. I have fun with them. Although I did feel like when I saw the video, I don't know if you saw the end of my social media post about Fort Wilderness. You could play go to Facebook and look at the last video. It's they're doing Chippendales.
I saw this.
The s'more thing.
The s'more thing.
That made me sad.
What happened?
Look, I'm going to show it to you. Don't try to change how she. I'm just
Okay.
telling you my reaction. I watched this with the sound off. I'm just going to tell you what happened. And yes, I was doing my normal number 2 in the morning. Right. I got the coffee. I'm sitting there, and I'm just scrolling through. I saw it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I was like, cool, that's cool. And then when it panned and it catches you, I'm like, oh.
Bro, why'd you take it as
man.
sad? I'm not participating in the put your right foot in the whole
Well, you're
circle.
not doing anything. You're literally not with everyone.
Yeah, because everybody was like, let's go do the hokey pokey. And I'm like, I'm just going to sit on the bleachers
walk over there
and
with
drink.
your beer.
No, because then if I walk over there and just stand there, it's
you
worse.
Just stand. Everybody else was just standing there.
No,
there were other people just standing.
Other adults were like half-assed doing the hokey pokey a little bit. I'm like, I don't even want to do the hokey pokey.
Then turn yourself around.
No, I'm just sitting there and let them do the hokey pokey. And I feel like it's a tribute to 80s dads everywhere who would, I take my family here. I'm just not participating in the hokey pokey. That's for millennial dads, which I am. But I want to be.
You're still in there. You always want to be younger.
No, I want to be the older dad generation.
Oh, so you can't pick and choose, man.
I want to be in your generation where you don't.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't even go.
I don't even go over there. I sit in my wheelchair near the campsite. What are you talking about? My wife's like, we're all going to do the hokey pokey. I'm like, get the hell out of here. What do you do? Okay, let me see if I can put this up so everybody can see.
All right.
All right. Hold on here. I gotta.
By the way, I put this video because I wanted people to laugh at it.
It is
but
funny.
Then after I watched it a couple times, I'm like, it just kind of looks sad.
No,
it
no,
also
it-
looks like I'm a grumpy old man that is not participating with his family. But I was like, what's the problem with just sitting on the bleachers while they do the hokey pokey? The kids and the wives do that. And the millennial dads that are out there having fun.
Man, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can get this up, but at least I can show it.
Okay.
To see. Okay, here you go. This is. You can see
All
that.
right, yeah, I
this
can
is
see.
from Tom's Facebook page, and you can see Chippendale there.
All right, Max is
Yeah, Tommy doesn't want to do anything, but he's over
there,
a little
though.
bit. He's standing.
He's clapping a little bit.
Yeah.
I told you. I told you.
He's back in the shadows.
I told
What's on
you.
your head? You got a do-rag on?
Yeah, he's got a do-rag. It's like you got Snoop Dogg sitting in the corner. Snoop Dogg's too cool to play. Hey,
What the hell
everybody.
did I just look at? There's some creepy old man in the back of the shadows with a do-rag on.
Literally Nipsey Hussle's over in the corner with a double headband. Yeah, God, dude, surrounded by White Claws. And he's like, I ain't going over there. It was sad. I thought it was sad. You can find that. I'll try and put it up later so people can see it.
It's on my Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, go to Tom's Facebook and Instagram and check it out.
But I was only one by myself. It used to be there were more dads that hung back and just drank in the background in the shadows, right?
Yeah.
And now every dad is up there doing the hokey pokey.
Dads are softer now.
Yeah, and they're all doing it, and they're like, "Oh, my kids want me to do the hokey pokey." Like, I do a lot for my sons. I play with them every day, do all this stuff.
You do.
So it's like I don't want to
sit this one out.
I want to sit the hokey pokey out. I'm not into it.
I'm a dying breed.
I'll do what. I'll play Monster with you later. No hokey pokey.
I am a dying breed. Like when I go to these dance things for May, and I'm in the back, and I roll up with cooler and chair, and the dads are like, we missed you at the practice. I'm like, the practice for what the dads are doing? I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm just over here. I just have the chair. I got I got some ice cold drinks. I'm there to support my daughter. I don't even know anything.
That's all you need to do. That's all the kids care. They're not gonna say, "Oh, my dad wasn't doing the hokey." They'll never remember that. I took them there. That's good enough. I promise.
It
is.
Was it the animals though? In the costumes, because that took it over the edge. If there had been no animals in costumes dancing, would you have at least walked over? Because I felt like as soon as I saw the animals, I'm like, he ain't gonna be there. He ain't gonna be there.
Oh, me and Trav are gonna hokey pokey our little hearts out in January.
Send him a video. Send him a video.
It must be confusing to them because they're like, my dad just wanted to sit back and drink, but he also there's this parachute thing.
Right.
Like I've seen that. It's weird.
You could
contradictory.
You could lie to them and say like, I've done enough of that, guys. I'm gonna sit this one out because I used to do that professionally, and they'd believe it. They'd be like, we get it, Dad.
That's even more embarrassing. Saying you did it professionally.
You were a real pigman. Yes, son.
All right.
Snoozer, pig man, loser.
We got to get out of here. All right. Bye-bye.
That's a really funny segment that should be turned into something.
Pabone is in the chat, and he's asking if you would like a family Christmas card with
that would crush
Pigman,
him.
Snoozer, Stick Boy, Crow, and a robot.
Yeah. The problem is Tommy will laugh at the stick man, but I think if we showed Max as Pigman loser, he'll get his feelings hurt.
Literally, you make it worse. They don't have a complex.
Like me and Tommy don't understand it. We're like, we're just, why are you getting your feelings hurt?
What is this? Where's this go?
Tuesday 3 and 4.
May's like Max. May would get hurt.
Yeah.
Remember when the kid told her she had poop eyes? She still brings it up. That was when she was like 3. She's like, that kid called me poop eyes. I don't have poop eyes. I'm like, God damn, it's in there, That stuff. They remember the bad. This is what?
Tuesday 3 and 4.
I think things happen embarrassing or something to Tommy all the time at school. He just never talks about it, and he refuses to talk about it. And we try to like, hey, has everything, something embarrassing happened to him, and then I made something up. I was like, something embarrassing happened to me on the radio today. I had made so he maybe bring up his embarrassing things, and so I was promoting my event, and they asked me what date it was, and I couldn't remember the date, and everybody was like, oh, like, how could you not know the date? I was like, I forgot. I'm like, that was super embarrassing. All these people heard it, and then I'm like, anything embarrassing happened to you lately? And he's like, embarrassing things happen to me all the time. I just never will talk about it.
That's your grandpa.
I'm like, Tommy, you can tell you, like, not going to talk about it.
He may be even further than you. Because that happens, too. Like, you can be
and
like,
all right.
Yeah.
I want him to talk about it, but maybe he doesn't. So what am I going to do? Force it?
You talk about something. I'm like, damn, Tommy took it to the next level.
Well, I talk about it if I didn't have the show. If I didn't have the show, I don't think I'd talk about it. Who would I talk about it to?
Your wife?
Nah.
Okay.
Probably not. And you don't like therapy. That's not that's really not your lane. So yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it was just a show. Tommy needs his own show. Too late. Too many shows.
No, he'll find it. It'll end up being streaming, and he'll just end up talking to people and sharing. If you watch some of the best streamers, they'll talk about their. That's why I think people listen to them, right? You're watching the game, and then they start talking about their life, and you sit there and listen to them. So it's that's the new talk radio.
All right. That was Tuesday 3 and 4.
Yep. And then we got EJ coming in.
Oh,
after
yeah.
lunch.
I labeled this one wrong. I got to go in and change it. I made it 1 and 2.
Let's just make it 1 and 2.
You sure?
Yeah, let's keep it that because it was a funny segment. So
yeah, it's real. Dude, that story
We'll do Tuesday 3 and 4.
I wish that story had almost been on Friday for
AMT.
Show. Yeah, that's a fucking good story, dude.
I'll put it in the best of.
It was just things that happened that
Yeah.
I didn't even
So
think about it
funny.
and talk about it.
Well, I'm glad I brought up Max crying.
Yeah. So many things like this happen to me all the time, and I only write down a certain percentage of them.
All right. Are we launching or
Yeah,
next? Or?
let's do lunch. Then we'll do EJ for 3 and 4, and we'll try to at least get 2 segments for Wednesday. That way, tomorrow we only need 2 segments before we go
Great.
do our go-to.
All right, guys, enjoy your lunch. We'll be back.
See you, Twitch.